Hello there. Advancements in Azure serverless services have drastically improved the way we build business applications. But this brings along its own set of challenges, especially the lack of visibility provided to us on what happens under these complex systems. Businesses often come across situations where time is spent chasing missing messages or failed transactions, whether it's a missing online order or a failed product update. Serverless 360 has built the Business Activity Monitoring Solution, or BAM for short, to address these challenges. Using BAM, you can map every stage in the business process against the component that is part of its execution in the business application. In this way, your business users and support operators are served with a convenient business workflow that they are familiar with, which abstracts the underlying complexities of the business components at work and provides the user with self-service opportunities. The BAM architecture also ensures that your data is never exposed outside of your Azure subscription, and all the data in transit is handled securely. BAM helps the user in 5 key areas: end-to-end traceability of messages flowing through the various components in your business application, search your transactions based on key values that are familiar to you and your business, like an order ID or an invoice ID. In case a failed transaction is detected on the business side, the user can easily reprocess the transaction to a successful state without needing to rely on skilled Azure personnel, thereby reducing the overall cost of ownership. Configure alerting systems that notify any failures in your business process. Using the tracked information, a comprehensive dashboard is provided to help you make strategic business decisions. Let's take a hands-on look at how these features work within Serverless 360. In order to get BAM up and running, the user needs to perform relatively much less instrumentation into the business application compared to custom-built logging or tracking solutions. BAM takes care of all security and scalability aspects as well. Setting up a business process and defining the transactions is the first step. Each transaction can contain multiple stages, which is again defined by the user. Each of these stages may execute in any of your business components. If you want to track key properties based on what you want to search your business transaction on, they can be captured or retrieved from the message flowing through these components. If you want to enable your business users to reprocess failed transactions as mentioned earlier, you can define that here and configure the endpoint type. Once these steps are taken, your business users will be presented with real-time tracking data, and they can search for information using simple queries. For example, if the user wants to view transaction instances on all employees that belong to the telepark unit, they can fire a simple query like this. These queries can also be saved conveniently for future access. The visual representation of message flow helps to communicate information in a self-explanatory way. For example, if the user wants to find out why a particular transaction failed, they can go into the transaction details and see where the failure occurred. Clicking on a fail stage will show the reason for the failure, which in this case is dependencies failed. If the user wants to reprocess this transaction to a successful state, they'll need to modify the necessary value and resubmit. Any reprocessed transaction will have a tag associated with it to notify the user that this record has been reprocessed. Next, let's look at monitors, which allow you to keep an eye on your business processes. The first is the exception monitor, which can detect any exceptions occurring within a specified duration. For example, here, if there were any exceptions detected within the last 15 minutes, the user would get an alert, and the number of alerts to be sent has been limited to 3. The alerts can be configured to be sent to several notification channels supported by Serverless 360. The query monitor helps you track the overall performance of the business process based on a query. For example, the user can monitor to get a warning alert whenever the number of failures in the last week is greater than 0, and an error alert if the failure count goes beyond 2. Utilizing all this tracked information, Serverless 360 can present the user with a meaningful dashboard that can help with strategic business decisions. Looking at this widget, the user can easily understand that there is a failure in this business process and drill down further to find out the cause and rectify the issue. The BAM feature in Serverless 360 is a cohesive tool that can help you resolve issues faster with a unified view of business transactions. Thanks for watching.